there, and then some. Attention, Lancaster, Palmdale, and surrounding areas. There's a hot new spot to eat and dance at in the Antelope Valley, Cold Crush. Come out and visit, 500 West Lancaster Boulevard, Cold Crush.